What is up, guys? It's your boy Feel the Need here. I was thinking to myself today, as someone who's smoked weed, smoked nicotine, I was thinking, man, how the fuck did I get out of that cycle? How could I help somebody else who's currently in that cycle get out? Just a quick backstory. I was deeply into the first thing that I did get into was nicotine, which when I was like 15, 14, a freshman in high school, I ripped it and I was nick sick at school. And I was like, yeah, this shit's kind of lit. Weed was introduced to me around the same time, but I had already smoked weed before, but I didn't really get high off of it, or I didn't really like know how to smoke yet. And I kind of hated it when I did finally get high. I was like, yeah, shit's kind of scary. Like, I was low-key scared because I had some bad experiences. But once COVID came around, that's when I really got fucking addicted to it. Because, like, it was kind of depressing, bro. There's nothing else to do. You can go outside. I was like, fuck it, man. Might as well get high. And, you know, had the little one-hitter, little cigarette one-hitter you pack it into. And I was ripping that every other day. Then it turned into every day. Then it turned into a couple of times a day. And next thing you know, I was addicted for years. So, yeah. So, I've been clean for about been clean for about 7 months now. And weed was one of those things where, you know, I didn't think it was really addiction. I didn't really even like accept that as addiction. And I think that's the first step, is you really got to accept whatever you're addicted to. In this instance, smoking. You gotta accept it. You gotta say to yourself, okay, I'm addicted, man. I gotta make change. I personally, if you do need help, I would reach out to somebody. But I think that you could do it yourself. For me, I was, okay, I'm done smoking. I'm never smoking again. And that's what it comes down to. You just got to tell yourself that you're not going to do it anymore. You're done. Whatever you're smoking your shit, you got to tell yourself you're fucking done, man. You got to say, I'm done doing this shit, and it's not who I am anymore. And that's another thing it comes down to, is just associating yourself with that vice that you're doing. You're doing nicotine. I'm not a smoker. I'm not a nicotine addict. That's not who I am. Boom, you stop doing it. And especially for nicotine, it's literally that 15 seconds. You get past that 15-second stage, boom, you're done. You don't rip it. Because let me tell you guys something, right? When you rip nicotine, right, you get a buzz for 15, 20 seconds. If you even get a buzz anymore. Or in the morning when you wake up and you take a rip. You're gonna sacrifice that. You're gonna keep ripping it until you get a buzz, maybe. If even, you don't even get a buzz anymore. What's the point of ripping it? What's the point of ripping that shit, man? It lasts for 15 seconds anyway. That was my mindset when I was quitting. And when me and my friend quit. So, personally, I think nicotine's dumb. Now, am I gonna sit here and say that I don't rip nicotine at all? I do. Do I rip it like every fucking during the week? No, I rip it when I ever go out, which is go out drinking, which is like every 2-3 months. And one weekend out of every 2 or 3 months, and I fucking take a rip, like while I'm drinking. You guys know, if you drank before, you would like some nicotine with your drink, get that little buzz. But besides that, I don't. Every couple months is when I rip nicotine, if even. So it's really just bypassing that 10 to 15 seconds of dopamine, which literally goes away. It goes away, and it doesn't even last anyway. So it's like, what's the point of even ripping it? Now with weed, I understand weed that some people they say they need it to sleep, and they say that it helps with their anxiety, and it's just excuses. I mean, yes, when you quit weed, the first week or two, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be fucking hard. It's gonna be hard, and with nicotine, it's gonna be hard, but you just gotta push through it, just like anything else. If you already have excuses in your mind to go back into ripping it, you're not gonna make it. I mean, that's the truth. If you don't have the discipline to not do it around your friends when they're smoking, you're not gonna make it. So at the end of the day, you got to make the decision to quit. You got to say to yourself, I'm not gonna do this shit anymore. And you got to remember in those moments why you're quitting. You gotta remember why you made this decision, because that feeling, that addiction, that craving, that itching for whatever the thing that you're ripping or smoking, it's all gonna be it's all just a craving. That's all it is. Because as soon as you rip it, that nicotine, that weed, whatever, your Zins, whatever, after you rip it, you're gonna feel terrible. You're gonna feel down on yourself. You're gonna regret it. You're literally gonna regret it as soon as you do it. So you gotta keep that thought in the back of your mind. Why am I doing this? There's a bigger fucking purpose to why you're quitting this shit. Because you, deep down inside, you feel like shit. You want to make a change. You know that it's not good for you. So why do you keep ripping it over and over and over and over again? For me, I was addicted to smoking weed for 3 to 4 years. And what did I do? I knew that shit was bad for me for about a year. I was like, yeah, I want to quit. And I kept going back to it because my friends or this or that. And I just made a decision. I said, I'm done. I'm not doing that shit anymore. Like, my sleep is shit. My sleep is shitty. My brain, I can barely remember shit for I could barely remember different sequences of patterns in my head. Like, say you're counting something, you forget, or my brain was always cloudy. I would go out in the public, my eyes red, people are looking at me, I'd be paranoid. I mean, and it gets to a point where you smoke so much weed where it doesn't even help your anxiety anymore. So it's like, what's the point? You're spending money, you're spending $100 a week on it. You spend money on food, you go to fucking Wawa. You go to Wawa, then you're spending money on fucking snacks. It's like, come on, man. So, sorry, I'm ranting a bit, but I think these are the things that help me get off this shit, and other people my age or in my age group that are trying to quit need to think about when they're quitting, man. Because I know people that want to quit smoking weed. They don't want to do it. They just do it because their friends are doing it, or whatever. They want to fit in, or they're in college or whatever. I mean, I'm 20 years old, and I've realized this. I've known this shit since I was 18, 17. I was like, I shouldn't be smoking. I never even really got into it because until I was like hanging out with my friends and in high school, and but you just got to stay focused, man. Whatever it is, you cannot let that fucking itch bring you away from your purpose. It's literally that dopamine you get from getting high or ripping it and getting a little buzz for 10 seconds. That's all you're getting. So, guys, I gotta tell you, when you're quitting, you don't associate yourself with people like that. In your head, you tell yourself, I'm not that type of person. I'm not that type of person. I'm not a nicotine person. I'm not a weed person. You cut that shit off in your brain, and slowly your actions will come following after that. You won't rip the fucking neck anymore. You won't fucking rip the weed. On top of that, what else? The 2-week period. You gotta beat that 2-week period. Then that 2-week turns into a month, then 3 months, then 6 months. You gotta beat that 2-week period. Once you beat that 2-week period, boom. Boom, you're done. You're fucking done. You'll start to forget about it. You'll start to forget about it. And then after you start to forget about it, that's when you know you're in a fucking good spot. Once you forget about your vices, your weed, or even alcohol, or fucking nicotine. Once you forget about it, you're in a great fucking spot. You gotta keep yourself busy as well. You gotta keep yourself busy so you can take your mind off it. Next thing I would say is, do not count your days. When you count your days, it makes it take forever. It makes it, oh, I'm 20 days clean. Like, who are you trying to impress? Why are you counting your days? Who are you trying to impress? Your friends, your buddies? So you can go back eventually? Oh, I was 800 days clean. Okay. Now you're back at the same place 800 days after. So, yes, it's good to know a date when you quit, but like at the same time, it's like, don't count your days. When I quit, I was like, yeah, I quit. And then I know what day I quit, and I was like, oh shit. I think about it, and I'm like, oh shit, it's been like 6 months. Oh shit, it's been 5 months. It's like a matter of fact for me. It's not like I'm sitting here every morning tallying my days so I can go back eventually and go to other people and say that, oh my God, I'm back. I did it for 8 months. I'm back. I'm smoking now. Like, no. So, I think that's another big one people fuck up on. They count their days, but I think you should just be trying to forget about the vice. Just forget about it, man. And, yeah, man. Separate yourself from people that do those things, but at the same time, you have to still have the same self-control to not do it, even when you're around people that are going to do it. You got to have the ability to say no to somebody when they pass you that thing, because it's always going to come up in the rest of your life. You can't just dodge this fucking thing that you're addicted to for the rest of your life. It's going to come up eventually. You just got to have the willpower to say no. So, yeah, guys, these are some of my tips that I used and that helped me. I'm 20 years old. I know people around me that want to quit, but they don't really know how to. So, I thought this video would be helpful. I'm fucking currently in the fucking parking lot of Wawa, about to grab a fucking sandwich, because I'm fucking starving, about to hit a lift. But, yeah, if you guys want some lifting content, go ahead and let me know. Yeah, man, feel the need, how to quit smoking, how to quit your fucking smoking, man, it's not easy to quit. Just remember that, guys. It's not easy to quit. You just gotta fucking stay fucking disciplined, just like everything else. Feel the need, boys. Feel the need to make a change. Peace.